Welcome back to Runner's Garden. Hey, I'm Jay and I make videos about traditional Chinese characters in alphabetical order according to the Pinyin spelling. Last time we did all four tones of ch, and ch. 13 characters. This time I'm introducing the sound form Chong. Chong in Pinyin is not Chong.
Hey, do you know another tune, man?
Chong, Chong, and Chong. No fourth tone. This time we're gonna lighten our load a little bit. See if you recognize any of these characters. Let's get stuck in. This first tone, Chong, is to be full or fill, serve as, or pose as. For an example, 充满, full.
剧院里充满了笑声及掌声。
The theater was full of laughter and applause. And to use a character from last time, 充斥 means flooded with or filled with, often in a kind of complaint. The Pleco app calls the verb pejorative.
市场上一度充斥着劣质商品。
The markets were flooded with shoddy goods. 充当 to serve as. A branch of a tree serving as a walking stick.
用树枝充当登山杖。
充实 can take on the meaning abundant or substantial.
这本书的内容很充实。
The contents of this book are very substantial. As a verb, 充实 can be strengthen, improve, or enrich.
我们要多多充实自己的知识。
We want to really enrich our knowledge. Those examples were from Practical Audio Visual Chinese 3. Rewind and repeat as necessary. The character is made by a tou, radical, followed by si, which is private or self, and then kind of legs coming down, pronounced ren, not this ren. But this radical can represent child or son, so it can be also pronounced R when it's a simplified character of this R. Alternatively, you can just come down with your stroke and cross it, saving you a stroke. Just today, on the Yixian Trail, sliver of sky in Zhonghua, Taiwan, we saw the character on a sign. There's a, let me show you. Here, this is the ones I'm doing now. Chong Tili means, so after you drink your water, you can replenish your energy, right?
Recharge.
Yeah, recharge, you're right.
Battery, right?
Yeah.
Chong dian.
Yes.
Right?
Chong dian. That's a lot of wires. For character expression, Chong or bu wen. Ignore what he said. The next two characters are actually the same in simplified Chinese, but different in traditional Chinese. And the first one is Chong, which means to rinse or flush, Chong ma tong. In traditional, it is made by the water radicals, and then a character which you probably already know if you're studying Chinese, zhong, which means middle. It's also used in zhongwen or zhongguo. It's an easy one to pick up, right? The water gives the meaning of rinse or flush, and the zhong is a sound form which sounds very similar to chong, zhong, chong. The next one, I have to make a point that this book that I'm using as my reference is only going to list a character one time. So if one sound form is more frequent, the character is going to be listed in that sound form, not a secondary sound form. Check out this. This is a common character, chong, as in chongfu, or to repeat. Here it is on a telephone. Chongbo means to redial. But in my book, it's listed as zhong, or heavy, even more frequent. It's the same character, and they're only going to list it once in the book, so it doesn't appear in my chong, chong, chong. Does that make sense? Anyway, important character because you're going to see it as a component. For example, in dong, to understand. And in this one, this character means to rush or to move forward quickly and also vigorously. Chong, charge. My wife often says this if we need to cross the street and there's some cars coming at us, but far enough where we could make it across the street. She'll say, Chonga, and we both run across the street. Chongji, to pound or strike against. It can also be used in the abstract, to deal a blow to. For example, if there's too many imported products, it's dealing a blow to domestic industries. 冲击了本国的工业. 冲动 is an impulse. As mentioned, this is the same as the previous character in simplified Chinese. So you just have to look at context if you're doing simplified. In traditional, completely different. And another fascinating thing about this character is that the character xing has a lot of meanings. To travel, it means it's used in the word for pedestrian, is separated, and the Chong or zhong, which we were just talking about, goes right in the middle. I just find it fascinating that the character is split and then another component is inside of it. Second tone, Chong, means exalt or to worship or high. Chong bai, to worship or adore. Going along with the meaning of high, we have the mountain radical on top. Zong, meaning ancestors, on the bottom. That's further broken down into the roof radical, mian. Under that, which means two, followed by the character small, xiao. 11 strokes, and the same in simplified. The next one is also Chong. Chong is bug, insect, worm, or a lower life form. Piao Chong. We learned zhong already. We just have to add to the bottom of it. For simplified, that's all you have to do. And then for traditional, you just do that 3 times. So there's 1 on the top and then 2 on the bottom. Many insects go around in groups, right? Mao Mao Chong, that's a cute one. Hair, insect. It's caterpillar. And here's a Mao Mao Shou. Third tone, Chong. Chong is used to mean adoring, favor, to spoil, dote on. 对孩子不可太宠爱. You should not dote on children too much. 宠物, we love our pets, right? This is Winston. If you love other people's pets and traditional Chinese characters, how about giving the video a like and consider subscribing? It is made by the mian, roof radical, again, over a dragon. Very common character and very complex. But it's easy to read. You'll see it in a lot of places. For example, here's a road name with long. For example, the Chinese zodiac. On the left is oracle inscription, and on the right is bronze inscription. And then we have a seal script here of long. We start with the radical li, which means stand. AI suggests thinking of it as the dragon's crown. Beneath that, we have the month moon radical. It also could be ro, the meat radical, which makes more sense. Dragon meat. For the right side component, we have the twists of the dragon's tail, complete with scales. Eastern dragons don't breathe fire, but here's some fire for you. This mud volcano has been erupting since 1988 every year. It happened again last Thursday. Just thought you'd like to see that. It's in Pingdong. Let's throw that third tone, Chong, up there again. Remember, it's a roof over a dragon. Just think of your pet dragon. The next video will feature the sound forms cho, 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 and cho, with the theme of our recent hike in the Sliver of Sky Trail. Runner's Garden signing off.